So with time left, what will Lord Lewis do, and more importantly, what will Emma do to get herself out of this situation? What's good, YouTube? My name is Smoksya. I'm bringing you another video today discussing chapter 87 of The Promised Neverland, and I'm adding that The Promised Neverland will be reviewed every Monday, so you can expect a video from me every Monday strictly regarding The Promised Neverland. So if we just jump in right into this chapter, we get where we left off with the previous chapter, and that's Emma having a stare down with Lord Lewis in the center of the town, basically discussing that 10 minutes has gone up and what are you going to do, Emma? Because Lord Lewis, he can kind of track things quite easily. He can analyze the situation very easily as well, and Emma has noticed that the only person who's at their post is Nigel. And I want to say that Nigel isn't even at his post originally. The post that he's at now is Oliver's, but as we saw from the previous chapters, Oliver's in pretty critical condition after the battle with Lord Bayon. So we have Nigel taking his spot. So Emma, being a genius that she is and being a very good battle strategist, notices that lots of team members and lots of squads aren't there, namely Sandy, also naming Oliver, and everyone else that was supposed to be here if everything went according to plan. But obviously, as we know, it didn't. So now Emma has to troubleshoot and basically think on the spot what she can do to salvage this situation. Going through the first beginning panels and chapters, we basically get Emma's thoughts through this, and she's basically telling herself that there is no room for failure and that she has to figure out something. We go through the flashbacks with her and Ray, her and everyone else that she's lost, her family that's waiting for her, and obviously she has a flashback to the shelter with that, as of now, still unnamed man, Lewis's friend, basically telling her, you know, the terror of watching your idols, your choices, kill your friends, reminding her that he's basically been here, and she's going through that thought that how can she do something different. We get a really interesting twist here, and Emma proposes that is murder really the only way that our two species can coexist? As we know, the demons love to hunt the humans because they used to be back in the day before the promise that they would hunt to kill humans and eat them, but the humans fought back and caused this war, and now the demons hunt kind of illegally, and they use Goldie Pond as the area where they can hunt more freely and have like a game with it. But Emma now is proposing, why do we need to kill each other? Why can't we coexist? You know, I realize who I am to you, but maybe we can do something which will prevent further humans from being killed. And then she adds a line that I personally love. It really takes the balls and lots of nerve on Emma's side when she's staring down this 8-foot demon. She basically tells him that if we don't settle it in a more civil way, then you won't leave here alive. And Lord Lewis, you know, he's such an interesting character, and I really hope that The Promised Neverland continues their series, continues the manga, because they keep introducing very interesting characters, albeit very short. You know, Lord Bayon, I thought his aesthetic design was one of the best, but you know, he clearly didn't last too long. But Lord Lewis, he has a smug arrogance about him, and he realized in how much of a shitty situation Emma is. And he even, you know, after she said that you won't leave here alive if you try to come after us, he basically laughs it off and says, you know, what nerves for you to have this, to tell me this right now in your dire situation. Obviously, when Emma proposed the deal, he says no. He exclaims, he said that, you know, the reason for them to live is to hunt and to kill, and he really wants to kill Emma in particular, especially after giving her 10 minutes, giving her all the opportunity that he did. He is thriving on killing Emma because he knows she is as good as it gets on premium goods. Her brain is one of the most smarter ones. You know, she clearly has a fight to her, which is thrilling him. So obviously Lord Lewis wasn't going to accept a treaty amongst this child and the demon hunter, which he is. And now we're going to go to the panel that really struck me the most, and that's after Lord Lewis basically rejects Emma's proposal, and he says the only option, our destinies are basically to fight us to the death. And he says, and you can see all three of his eyes open up, his mask, you know, obviously extends to have more room for his eyes to see, and then we see Emma holding her gun and is ready to point at Lewis, and then something occurs which, you know, kind of seems out of place, but you know, we know that the children had time to set up, so it's not too far-fetched. So basically what happens is Emma has this little remote control device and she clicks it, and basically all of Goldie Pond is drenched with guns hanging from these wires, hanging from all these, you know, different walls and ceilings, and they're all pointing right at Lord Lewis, obviously, and they automatically fire at him. So we're gonna switch gears just for a second, go to the panel where we go back to where Lucas is with Oliver and all the injured children. And one thing to note is Adam, you know, the boy who was only able to say numbers, we get a flashback as well with him. He is gone. We see that one person, Pepe, one of the leaders, he lost an arm in the battle previously, is running after and going through the corridor, and he says, Adam, please open the door, but Adam is nowhere to be seen. Why this is interesting is because last time we saw Adam in a flashback to Norman, so we got confirmation Norman's alive. Adam was basically citing Norman's number, you know, his unique, I guess, plantation number. And so now we see that Adam, he just mysteriously appeared in this arc, and now he's mysteriously gone. So I think Adam's going to play a pivotal role here. I think he has a vital meaning, and I think his destiny, or he was more or less programmed to find Emma on behalf of Norman, to either pass her on some important information, or to just tell her that, hey, Emma, you know it's Norman, I am alive. So now we go back to the scene with Lewis, and Lewis looked like a mad badass standing there. We get a full shot of him, and he amazingly caught every single bullet. So we know that this demon has extremely good reflexes, extremely good aware of the environment, as he's able to catch bullets as they're being automatically fired at him from all angles. And then the last panel, we see that Nigel's basically scared shitless. He was completely stuck. Lewis basically saying, you know, was that your ace in the sleeve? Is that everything? And Emma, being the master planner that she is, realizing, you know, I only have Nigel who has his rifle, it's me and myself, and what will my next move be? Well, it's obvious. And then we get the end of the chapter. So what I want to say is that if Emma is aware of the situation that she's in, she clearly has a plan following in, and it's may or not be going as well as she wanted it to, but in the end it is still following a sort of rough guideline of what she wanted to do in this battle against Lewis, and we'll see where it goes. But that's all I have for this chapter. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think of this chapter, tell me what you think of this video, and let's start a discussion. What do you think Emma's next move is? What do you think of this chapter? And what do you think of Adam? And what will he do? And what role will he play in the following chapter? So guys, hope you had a really good day. And as always, peace.